Hello everyone, welcome to From the Star Wars Home Video Library. I'm your host Nathan P. Butler. This time we circle back to something that is of a style we've seen before, that is relatively rare, but something I think is really cool and I really enjoy having in my Star Wars Home Video Library. Even if the Star Wars stuff included is stuff you could have gotten pretty much anywhere else. One of the things that I've always considered sort of one of the crown jewels of my Star Wars Home Video collection is this. This was the George Lucas American Film Institute, or AFI, Life Achievement Award sort of swag box here. We've looked at it before. Basically, when George Lucas won or was awarded the AFI Life Achievement Award and finally accepted it this time in 2005, there was a ceremony that was held. It was actually televised on USA a little bit after it was held. That's the one you may recall with William Shatner with stormtroopers singing, I think it was My Way for George Lucas, or the Maroon 5 performances, not because Lucas loved them, but because his kids did, which I've always thought speaks very well of him. Carrie Fisher roasting George Lucas as part of the presentation, all that kind of stuff. At that ceremony, folks who attended got a special program. It was all about George Lucas's films and achievements up to that point, and why essentially he was getting this Life Achievement Award. But then some people, but not all, a small subset of the people who attended as guests got this. And this is basically, you may recall, that acrylic, very easily breakable top here, and a little thing here that has Lucas's name on it with some tape. And remember, this was basically just retail releases to celebrate his work. So it's the 2004 widescreen original trilogy DVD set, the 2001 widescreen DVD of Phantom Menace, the 2002 widescreen DVD of Attack of the Clones, and then you have a copy of THX 1138, the newest at the time, same thing with American Graffiti, and the so-called trilogy set, the so-called complete DVD movie collection of Indiana Jones up to that point, which of course includes Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, Last Crusade, but not Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, thank God, because it hadn't been made yet, right? So it was a 4-disc set where one of the discs was bonus features, just like with the original trilogy. Pretty nice, but again, it's not like this is all stuff you couldn't have just gone and bought at retail. That didn't make it special. It was the fact that this acrylic case and this collection was available only to that select subset of guests, only at that one exclusive event to celebrate Lucas getting the Life Achievement Award. This has had a place of honor in my collection for a while. And now it's back up on the shelf through the magic of video. Well, George Lucas is not the only person involved with Star Wars that had received a Life Achievement Award. Harrison Ford did at one point. And we've done a little looking. Arnar Marvin Christiansen, who is a gentleman who is part of the Star Wars Home Video Group, a friend of mine who also collects this stuff, he's done some research, and it looks like when Harrison Ford got the award, they probably, maybe, didn't have anything quite like that. It was the era of VHS, but I believe it's Barbara Streisand got it the year after him, and she does have a VHS set, kind of like that DVD set, to celebrate her win. So it's possible that there is one for Harrison Ford, but I have yet to see it. Neither has Arnar, which suggests it might not exist. But then again, there's so little information out there about these that it would be very easy for something like that to fall through the cracks and just not have much information out there. But that's Harrison Ford, and that was early. After Lucas got his in 2005, another Star Wars alum got his in 2016. That was composer John Williams, the maestro. And Arnar managed to find his Blu-ray set online, pointed me to it for me to pick it up, and in the process I also made it a point to pick up his program as well so we could see the whole thing from his ceremony in 2016. This was his program. It's the 44th of these AFI Life Achievement Awards. Lucas's was the 33rd, so they both get a double number 11 years apart. John Williams here embossed, 44th AFI Life Achievement Award, also embossed as well. Kind of this weird embossing down here in a pattern, which at first I was like, what on earth is this? I'm wondering if this is meant to represent, the music, right? There's no musical notes on it, but it certainly looks like it could be. Okay? No treble clef or anything off to the side or anything, but seriously, it looks like where you'd write your music. Okay, anyway, same thing here up at the top as well. It does go around, but there is nothing on the back. And then the spine says John Williams AFI Life Achievement Award 2016. And just like the one for Lucas, stand up and show you here, it has stuff about his many, many film works and the achievements in filmmaking, in this case in composing film music, that led to him getting the award at all. Now, I mention here that even though you have this acrylic boxed set here for Lucas that has a special place in my collection, it is very, very fragile. That one came with the sides a little bit split that I've had to sort of glue here. Matt Fry had a copy of that in his collection, which I now have essentially here as a backup in case one of them ever breaks. It's splitting a little bit that I need to go in and fix a little bit with super glue to make it still look nice. I've had multiple friends who are in the home video collecting community who have tried to acquire these before or have, and they've had to fix them and put them back together. It's a freaking mess trying to get any of the Lucas ones through the mail because they're so damn breakable. Thankfully, somebody grew a brain in the intervening 11 years before John Williams got his set, because his is much less fragile. That is this. Same image there, AFI John Williams, 44th AFI Life Achievement Award. In this case, the embossing is for his name, but not the subtitle underneath it. The other side is essentially the same. Yeah, mine's a little scratched here. Okay. The top, music with his signature here. Kind of cool there. The bottom is just plain sort of navy blue there. This side has the names of a bunch of the films he's taken part in. And the other side tells you a little bit about it. It says, 44th AFI Life Achievement Award. America's highest honor given for a career in film, the AFI Life Achievement Award was established by the AFI Board of Trustees in 1973. The recipient is one whose talent has advanced the film art, whose accomplishment has been acknowledged by scholars, critics, professional peers, and the general public, and whose work has stood the test of time. Certainly that applies to John Williams. It is essentially just thick, nice cardboard, thank God. And inside is another collection of films, but since this is 2016, it's Blu-ray films. The container has the John Williams thing over here, not embossed. And the same on the opposite side. So two opposite sides are blank, two opposite sides have the name on it as well. Now, as for the films that are actually in here, we're not going to look at them in huge detail, and I am not an aficionado of all types of film. My thing is Star Wars home video. So I can't speak to anything special about most of these. Maybe some folks will in the comments. I'm assuming that most of these are just whatever was the newest release as of the time this was put together in the middle of 2016. Okay? So we have Jurassic Park. No slipcover or anything. Blu-ray and digital. Okay? Disc-wise, it is that one there. This is from 2015, so the year prior to him getting the award. Then from 2014, we have Jaws. Blu-ray and digital HD. No slipcover. Again, very similar looking design, except silver instead of black here for that Blu-ray. Every one of these is Blu-ray. Then the first with a slipcover that we see here, Saving Private Ryan, right? This is the Sapphire Series Blu-ray from 2010. Nice slipcover on here. You should get a chance to see them, even if I'm not going to go heavy in detail with these. And in this case, 2 discs, both Blu-rays. You have the film with the blue label, you have bonus features and whatnot with the gray label there. So nicer than the other two in terms of style here. Then let's see. Then we have, and I'm looking at my notes here because I had to look up notes on these because I don't collect these. We have E.T., the Extraterrestrial, a Steven Spielberg film. This one is Blu-ray plus DVD plus digital. It says plus ultraviolet, even though that is a kind of digital copy. Okay, this is the anniversary edition. Yeah, doesn't say which anniversary, but anniversary edition. This is from 2012. So here, again, I'm not showing the slips or anything, but we have our Blu-ray and DVD copies that look very similar, except how they're marked at the bottom. We have Close Encounters of the Third Kind, this just being Blu-ray. And I do notice that it says disc 1 on this Blu-ray, so I'm assuming there was a 2-disc set or something at some point, and this was just a reissue of just the film disc. That is from 2011. And a lot of those there, I mean, they got music that is so iconic, right? It stands out as John Williams. I'll tell you, one of the ones that stands out to me that always almost wells me up if I'm watching, even if I'm watching something like Smallville and they use cues from the John Williams music as part of the show, like when Clark says screw it and tries to drive off on his own into Metropolis. I think it's on Red Kryptonite or something. It's the music there from Superman the movie, the classic with Christopher Reeve here. This particular copy being from 2006. And then your disc art there. No slipcover or anything there, just like Close Encounters didn't have a slipcover. Then from 2007, we have the first of the Harry Potter films, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. No slipcover. Seeing this always reminds me that I need to watch them in 4K because I've had the 4K box set for ages and still haven't had a chance to watch them all. And then, of course, we have Schindler's List. This one coming out in 2013. Nice looking set here. Probably the most elaborate of any of the ones in here, except maybe one we'll see in a moment for Indy. 20th Anniversary Limited Edition. For this one, Academy Award winner, blah, 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 but pretty nice. This, of course, is a slipcover inside, and it is kind of tough to get out of here. Nice Schindler's List. And you're very slick looking, very sort of a, not flashy, I guess is a way to put it here, sort of going along with the idea that the subject matter is particularly serious. Kind of tough to get back in the damn thing, though, to get the little edges to line up because it is a very tight fit. And then, of course, the stuff that we tend to think of as the Lucasfilm side of things. In terms of the Lucasfilm ongoing series, we have one to represent Indy here. We have Raiders of the Lost Ark, which, of course, had been renamed upon home video releases later, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, to match the rest of them. This is the release from 2013. Yes, obviously there, the slipcover. First time on Blu-ray as an individual release. Okay, so pretty sure 2013. Disc-wise, this here. Okay. Not bad at all. That is Blu-ray and digital as well. I should note there, I guess, that Schindler's List was Blu-ray, DVD, digital, and ultraviolet. But again, why call ultraviolet something separate? Because that is just a digital copy. And then why the hell are we covering it here? Star Wars stuff. There are two this time. We have one representing his earliest work on Star Wars, which of course would be A New Hope. And at the time, the only way to actually have an individual Blu-ray release of it in the US was in the Steelbook version. This one I kept sealed, so it still has the J card on it, as opposed to the other ones that were in my collection prior to Matt Fry donating his collection, which allowed me to get more of them that still have the J cards, a full set of them with the J cards on them. Okay, so A New Hope, 2015. Steelbook, which does mean this is the Blu-ray cut of the film. Not the original one he put together, but, of course, representing the beginnings of Star Wars with him on Blu-ray. And then, again, this is 2016. middle of 2016. So what is the most recent Star Wars release on home video as of then with John Williams music? Star Wars-wise, that must be The Force Awakens. The standard Blu-ray DVD digital copy of TFA, okay, included here in the set. So 2, representing sort of the bookends at the time of his work on Star Wars. His first work on Star Wars, his latest work on Star Wars, at least until eventually the sequel trilogy would continue, along with several other items here. Really nice set, really cool looking, looks great on the shelf and all. I dig the fact that they did switch to the nice cardboard, so it's not nearly as easy to break the freaking thing. But a great way to celebrate the works of John Williams. Could only have been better if they had remastered all these discs and perhaps had a score-only version of each of these films. But I guess nowadays, if you really want to see a score-only version of a Star Wars film, you could use Last Jedi if you use the Blu-ray discs that was in the Skywalker Saga box set in the US that hasn't been re-released otherwise, at least so far from what we can tell. There are rumors right now of a black reissue of Last Jedi with the black slipcover and a black packaging inside, which might have updated discs, but I have yet to see any physical evidence that it actually exists yet. I had a YouTube commenter mention it. I've started to check my local stores. Haven't seen one yet, nor has anybody else in the Star Wars Home Video group on Facebook so far. So as of now, this is a great way to check out John Williams' great musical career when it comes to film and some of the great highlights of it. But if you really want to experience it with a score-only version of a Star Wars film on physical home video, gonna have to get that Skywalker Saga box set and check out Last Jedi. At least for now. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Thank you for watching, and may the Force be with the home video viewers. And listeners! Because it's about music, right?